Take off my glasses. University of Yokozuna.
Now, this kerfuffle that happened in the store in December when you claimed that he became angry, that would be Mr. Jones, and pushed you towards the door after he asked you to leave because you were angry with each other. After that incident, did you go to the hospital? Did you go to the doctor? Did you take any pictures of any physical injuries? No. Good. So the punitive damages for assault is eliminated.
Oh my god, look, Batman's dead. Isaiah returns. Robin returns.
Now, I'd like to see a sketch of what you told me that you were going to paint. Your Honor, I have sketches. A sketch of what you were going to paint. What you showed them when they said, okay, here's $150, start painting in August. Your Honor, I didn't have it ready. I have a lot of photographs of it. And then photographs, I want to see a sketch.
Hi. God versus Lego Batman.
Just take a look at one. Let me get some idea. And I have just a second. This is what you're talking about. And I have how many of these stick figures were you supposed to do? Yes, there were mermaids to the left. There were other images of children on the right side of the mural. Okay. Now, at the time that you stopped working, I want to see a photograph of what the mural looked like. The final images are on this that I have. I can't see anything with that. And I have no implemented to it. I just want to see what the wall looked like the last day you were able to work on it. Here's one. Also, this is one of the last images I have of it. This one. Okay. I'm not putting all of this together. If this is the mural that you took a photograph of in the yoga shop, and this is what it looked like, what is this? It's 35 feet long and about 5.5 feet high. So that is not in that image. If I didn't have an image of the whole thing so long, that is an image of a boy that's to the right on it. I have to see the other eye. Right, I have other images for you. And that's not even yours, Your Honor. The mermaids was by another artist. Just a second. I understand that you brought in another artist in September because things were going very slowly. You brought in another artist. Whose name was? Yeah. Somebody that you knew? Yes, she worked next door at the store. Listen to me carefully. Did you paint this or did Kim? No, I did not do the initial mermaids. I did, and I'm not interested in mermaids. I want to see what you did. Yes. Oh, travel. How we've missed you. Learning 7 of the decades. Sore backs. All parties. Miss Harper, what do you do for a living? I'm a substitute teacher. Did you do this? Yes. Did she do this? There the kids on the left, yes, but not on the right. There's a little boy, pale skin on a surfboard that she did. It's about this high in real life. And then a larger girl with a crab hanging. I still want to know what this is. That is the boy that's to the right of it, that's in the back. Here he is. Who did this? She did that. You did this? Yes.
Oh my god. This girl's a liar. This girl's a monster. Isaiah.
The mermaids, she
knows. I did
That's how
for
it is
the
lying.
smoothing out of the skin and the rock and the water.
This you did.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like the other one. Looks about right. Okay. Now, you didn't like her work. You still got to pay her $225.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am. However, it wasn't about not liking her work. It was about all the other artists in because how long it took to try to get it together.
Right. If you had a contract, which I assume you do not, that said time is of the essence, you can't take 6 months and disrupt my business by paying me for 6 months. We're in a different ballpark. I may have said to her at some point, listen, this isn't going fast enough. I like another
When
schedule.
Ginger and I first talked about it, now first of all, she had the amount wrong. We agreed to $325. I gave her a deposit of $125 on the supplies, and I asked her how long she thought it was going to take, and she said it should be done by the end of summer, which I took her on Labor Day. I didn't put a date on it. Then in November is when I started saying,
I listen, I got it. You still have to pay.
right.
Okay. So they say that the agreed upon price was $325.
Yeah, I may have had that wrong, Your Honor.
And that they gave you not $150 but $125 towards the supplies.
Yes,
Which means that they owe you $200.
yes. $225.
Well, if the agreed upon price was $325.
No, $350. Yeah, it was $325.
Well, first you wrote me a $375.
Right, I did have that wrong, but I
don't
had
know
to understand this.
They owe you $200. Did you subsequently pay total?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a photograph of that?
Yes, Your Honor, they painted over the wall after I took a warrant in debt for the money they owe me.
What difference does it make?
It was retaliation. They left it up from, I finished it at the very beginning of January, and they left it up until April. So when they got the warrant in debt, they decided it was retaliation to take over 200 hours.
And they painted
Make sure to say something, guys.
Yeah. Okay. You have a ridiculous counterclaim. The ridiculous counterclaim is that she ain't guilty when she was there. She asked employees to do errands for her and she harassed you.
Your Honor, I got a 911 tape of the last day that she was working the store, that she ran over to one of our adjacent store neighbors and called 911 on us because she would not return our key. She held our key hostage.
Just a second. Did you get your key back? Oh, by the way, you got your key back. You had an altercation on that day. It was about the overload. Whatever it is, I don't care. Count as soon as you take it. You always want to go to judgment for the plaintiff. Wait till the second.
Because it was taking long, and she made it take longer because I'm glad the nightmare's over with. Wasn't cooperative. She just had her own agenda. She did what she wanted to do. She would come in, she paid one thing, we come in the next, it was totally different. She didn't do what I needed her to do to help finish it. Interrupt the staff, ask me the staff's opinion. They did give me compliments, so there was a large portion of it, if not most of it, that they did. They were satisfied with. It was just a nightmare. Have people that are not difficult, have somebody that's not assaulting me and cussing at me in the store.
I'm standing at the door, and she said, Mama, don't be messed up.
Yes, he did.
And I said, you're not going to do that. She just said,
He pushed me and yelled at me.
this has been a nightmare, sir. A nightmare. I promise you, a nightmare.
With Canva, we designed presentations together. Just pick a template. Nice. Now customize for amazing results. You design today. Start designing for free at canva.com.
Well, this is actually a pretty confusing car case, even for me. So maybe, Mr. Cormier, you can make it easier for me. You purchased a car from Mr. Balch. When? Month, day, and year. And you had not known him before. No. Mr. Balch, what kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm in the oil field, oil and gas.
And do you have your own company or do you work for somebody?
No, man, it's my own company.
And how long do you have that company?
10 years.
Prior to that, did you work for someone else?
No, ma'am, I had another company.
Same kind of business?
Yes, ma'am.
Different location?
Yes, ma'am. Laredo, Texas.
Mr. Balch, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I just want to figure out who you are. This is your man.
This is my son.
You live with your son, your family, or the children?
I have 5 sons, 3 daughters, and 2 foster youth kids, David and Diana.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony, Mr. Balch?
No, ma'am.
You have been convicted of a misdemeanor, Mr. Balch.
No, ma'am.
I'm asking you these simple questions because somehow Mr. Kubier seems to think that you scammed of who you are and whether this is something that is a typical thing for you to do. Now, what kind of a car did you sell him, Mr. Marsh?
It was a Mustang.
Had you had it for a long time?
A couple of years.
How old was it?
It was around 10 years old.
And how much did you sell it for to Mr. Cormier?
$3,500.
So far, we are correct, Mr. Cormier. So far, correct. And you didn't know it. You saw the car parked in the street,
No, I bought it off of Craigslist.
and you looked at it. And when you went, you paid him cash for it. He doesn't deny that he gave you cash, and he gave you the car. Did he also give you the title to the car? So you have the car and a title. And it was titled in his name, and he signed the title over to you. All right. Now, you can pick it up from there.
I need a little bit of help. I got incarcerated about 4 days afterwards. I went to my mom's house and she was trying to sell it. She knows a little bit more as well.
Fine. So you were incarcerated for how long?
14 or 15 months.
So you don't know what happened to the car. After 14 or 15 months, you sell it. But you were in touch with your mother for those 14 or 15 months. Okay. Now step up. Your last name is? Cormier. All right, Miss Cormier. Now your son is incarcerated for a year and a half. He has this Mustang that he has just purchased for $3,500. Pick up the story. Why is Mr. Bosch here today?
About a week or so after my son was incarcerated, I think it started raining. The Mustang had holes in the roof, and I had no key to it. The key was with my son down in Galveston, about 250 miles away. He suggested I contact Mr. Bolt to see if he had a spare key. What he did, we met at his office, got the spare key. I explained to him I wasn't really sure about what I was going to do with the title. I needed to know the disposition of my son's case, if I would put it in my name, if I was going to sell it. There was lots of different variables going on. And so we had faxed each other, had called each other on the cell phone.
So the bottom line is, your son never registered the car in his name before he was incarcerated.
Right.
The title is in your son's name.
Correct.
And you did not register the car.
No, ma'am.
Okay. And he, Mr. Walsh, gave you the spare key that you requested. What's next?
Probably a month or so later, my son's girlfriend, a friend of hers who lived with her dad, wanted to buy the vehicle on payments. And then about a month or so later, and I relayed that to Mr. Bolt.
But he has nothing to do with
No,
it.
he doesn't, but I just wanted to let him know what was going on.
Well, I don't know why.
I
Buy on payments, drove around with it, and didn't register it. If the car got into an accident, his business is liable. He's liable. His children are liable. His family is liable. So
it was a courtesy on my part, I believe, too.
it wasn't a courtesy. The right thing to do would have been to register. But then you were going to increase his liability by selling the car to someone who wanted to buy it on payments. Did you sell it to that person?
I never fully got to. He asked to take it to a shop, which he did. He gave me $300 or $400, and
Who's he?
this person named Adam, who lived with my son's girlfriend's father. He did his little paperwork, his books. He took it to a shop in a little town, supposedly outside of San Antonio, to his shop to have it looked at. I haven't seen it since. He was arrested soon after that.
And
Well,
That's
just a
yeah.
second.
And so I started looking for it.
Just a second.
I started looking for the vehicle. I've got
So now,
I drove around looking.
because of both of your irresponsible behavior, I'm just following this because
Yes,
of both of yours is and yours. I don't care about the car. You have a businessman who's got a gaggle of children that he supports. If this car is in an accident and kills somebody, if this car gets tickets, if this car has any involvement with the police authorities, they're coming after him. Outrageous, actually. Not malicious. I don't think you did it maliciously. But you do have to recognize that you're
Hi.
now you're suing him. You have the Mustang back.
there. Okay.
I'm just like
And then on May 5th, he resold it to a friend. He resold a vehicle that was not his.
Well, somebody with his name did that. And maybe it was Adam.
Adam is in jail. He's
Just a second. But maybe Adam's mother. Well, who knows?
It was the same.
No, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I'll take a look. Did you resell the car?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Did you apply for a duplicate title?
Yes, I did.
Okay, when? Tell me when you applied for a duplicate title and why.
I guess that was May 1st, 2015.
Yes.
And my son David can, he was at this time involved.
Just a second. Do you know what title?
Yes, ma'am. Once we got the duplicate,
Why did you get a duplicate title?
she had called us.
You mean Mrs. Cormier?
Mrs. Cormier had called us, informed us that she had lost the title, and once that had happened, my dad had then gone to the DMV.
Just a second. She said she lost the title.
Yes, ma'am. She said,
Well, just a second. Well, if you gave Adam the car to take to his shop, listen to me carefully, Ms. Cormier. If you gave Adam the car to take to his shop just to look at it, you would not have given Adam the title to the car. I'd like to see the title to the car. Yes, ma'am. Well, one of the things you're supposed to do, Mr. Bosch, is put in the date of the sale, because you signed this, as did Mr. Keith Cormier, but you didn't put in the date of the sale. It's a good idea that you do that. Okay, so now she has her copy of this original. So now my question is, why would she call you for a duplicate title?
With Canva, we design team swag together. Like totes, mugs, and t-shirts. Totally awesome, team. What will you design today? Start designing for free at canva.com.
Go ahead.
Mrs. Cormier had then informed us that her son Keith was driving, and the title flew out the window. That is the story that we got. We didn't ask no questions about it. We said, okay, but once we get this duplicate, we expect this car to be changed over.
Now, my question to you is, did she ever tell you that her son was incarcerated?
She did. We then asked if we could switch the title in her name. She made the date. She said, next Tuesday I'll be free. When she said that, we waited. We worked 2 blocks from the DMV. We said, we'll drive you over. We'll sign everything over there, and you can get it done. She never appeared on that date. She called 2 weeks later, and then we rescheduled it again. She did this a number of times, and she never appeared while it's still registered in Dad's name.
It's no longer registered in your name?
Not no more.
Now, is it registered in the name of either of these 2 people? Do you know? Do you know that it's not?
Yes.
In whose name is the car registered?
Freddie?
And do you know who that is?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is it?
It is a fellow who contacted me. He ran our license plate because the car was impounded twice.
The car was impounded.
Impounded twice. He contacted me, said he traded his car. He's about 17 at this time, and at the time that he contacted me, said he traded his car. They took his car and some money and gave him that car with no title. So he ended up getting pulled over, and they asked him who Bill Walsh was.
Do you know the date of the call from Freddie?
It was around May 15th, because that's the day that we transferred. So it was about a 15-day stretch.
May 15th of what year?
2015.
Did you ever receive any impound bills for your car?
No, ma'am.
Where have the car been impounded?
Once was with her son, Fred, in San Antonio. That's where the car was impounded at. I don't know if they parked it. All I know is we got a phone call, and Mrs. Cormier was trying to get it out of impound.
I believe everything he says. I believe everything he says.
Wow.
Right, good. So I don't know where your car is. You should take responsibility. You got busted. Your mother did not take appropriate precaution. So that Mr. Bosch had no responsibility for your car. You didn't take proper precaution. Your son didn't take proper precaution. And I find that neither one of these 2 people had anything to do with getting your car impounded, getting the title transferred and reselling it. I don't see any evidence of that. None. Your case is dismissed.
I have a picture right here that shows that the car is parked in front of my mom's house October 2015.
We are done.
What exactly step out?
I paid $3,500 and got scammed by this guy.
I think that they saw him as an easy target, and they could take a quick dollar.
They're saying that he was driving the vehicle and the title flew out the window. And I made these bogus phone calls.
You cannot trust everybody, but you know what? It can't ruin your optimism about
Michelle, who is this person?
Anthony D.
The case has been dismissed.
The 3 of you, Anthony, you, and Mr. Bates, became
Diarrhea rats.
well, all 3 of you live together.
Yes.
In an apartment that was yours, and you were on a lease.
まあ、するとは思いなくしただけ